Woohoo! What's this? It looks like Christmas came early for me. The Echo SRM-225 straight shaft string trimmer came in the mail today for me from my dealer, and I am really excited to do an unboxing video for you and do a review. So, coming up here in a little bit. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me today. Please hit that thumbs up and hit subscribe and leave a comment below. Let's get tearing right into this. So when you buy an SRM-225 or an Echo trimmer from Home Depot, you basically get it hanging on a rack with just a little package. This is how it comes from either a dealer or if you order it in the mail. So this is how it came to me. Let's cut into this and get to the good stuff. There she is. Now you can get the exact same thing in the PAS-225, which is a split shaft. The only difference being is that it can accept attachments. So this actually comes apart right here in the middle. And that's really the only difference between the PAS and the SRM-225, is that the SRM version is just a complete straight shaft string trimmer, and that's all that you can do with it. Comes packaged pretty nicely. Looks like everything's all in good shape here. So this is what it looks like when it comes from Home Depot. It basically is hanging on a rack, and this is all the packaging that you get with it. So everything looks like it's not damaged in shipping, which is good. Nice and shiny compared to my old one. So I'll be doing a direct comparison between this and my old outgoing Ryobi four-stroke. Alright, so we got a little tank here, quick start guide attached to the fuel tank. Tells you how to mix things up and how to start it. Good to know. I'm sure the manual and everything else is in here. Yep. Came with 2-cycle oil to get you started, 2.6 ounces, so that's a 50-to-1 mix if you mix up 2.6 ounces. To 1 gallon of gas. Manual. And some registration stuff for warranty. And some maintenance information for the head. Yeah, that's pretty much all that came with it. So, you know, I'll go ahead and mix this up. Some 2-cycle gas. We'll fill it up, and I'll start it up and see what happens. So in case you're wondering what the specs are on this machine, it comes on the back of the package here. So this is a 21.2 cc 2-stroke engine with a speed feed 400 head, which is, in my opinion, from what I've seen, one of the best string trimmer heads that you can actually get. It's got a 17-inch cutting swath, which is quite a big upgrade from my old Ryobi at a 15-inch, so I'll be doing work a lot quicker with this. Weighs 11.5 pounds without any fuel in it. And that's pretty much all the basics of this thing. Should have plenty of power for the average homeowner. A lot of pro landscapers will say you need 25 cc's or something larger, but you know what? I only have 1/3 of an acre, so I think this will be just fine. So I'll go ahead and get the gas mixed up, and then I'll get it fired up here. You know, mixing gas and oil is not hard, except for these stupid pour spouts are terrible. If it wasn't for that, this would be a lot quicker. First thing to do is fill it up about halfway. Add your oil, and fill it up the rest of the way. After you shake it. Missed that part. Add the whole thing. That's all there is to it. Okay, so the starting procedure is really simple according to the instructions. On the handle here, got your throttle. This is the safety, you gotta push that down before you engage this, otherwise it locks out. Switch the lever to the on position. We gotta prime it 8 times. 3, 4. Until fuel actually gets into it. When you set your choke lever to the cold start position, pull it, and as soon as it gives like a little bit of a gurgle when the engine tries to start, then you move it into the run position. Alright, let's try that again. Apparently I didn't have enough gas in it. Switch the lever to on, choke lever to start, prime. There we go. Now we got gas coming in. See it? And you can see the gas actually going through the return line back into the tank, so we know it's in the carburetor. It's safety first, guys. I'm wearing flip-flops. Do not trim with flip-flops on. It's 84 degrees today and I wanted to wear flip-flops, but if I'm actually going to be using this today, I will be sure to put on some ear protection as well as foot protection. But I'm just starting it up, so we'll keep the business end down there. Alright, you saw me prime it. I moved to a different location behind my fence so that way I don't get any wind noise, hopefully. Let's give it a go. Give it a little bit of throttle. And you don't have to crank on this thing super hard. Don't actually like start it when you drop it like that because you will break the starter. This is an easy start system, so it doesn't really take a lot of effort. Choke is on. Hear that? It started. Okay. Move the choke lever down to the run position. Look at that, it works. So it is going to take a little bit harder to break it in, you know, when the engine isn't broken in yet. It is going to be a little bit harder to start it at first, but after, you know, first couple of hours, or you run 1 or 2 tanks through it, this thing should fire right up after 1 or 2 pulls, hopefully, as long as you follow the proper procedure of choking it and then firing it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It seems like it's pretty well built. There's not a lot of flex in the shaft. Surprisingly, it's a lot longer than my old one. So, you know, I think I'm going to be really happy with this, and it sounds like it's got a lot of power. So, you know, I will come back to this and we'll do a little bit of testing in the grass and see how it cuts. Okay, so weight-wise between my 2 trimmers, they're pretty similar actually, but the balance is quite a bit different. So this is my old 4-stroke Ryobi. The engine size is 25.2 cc and it's a 4-stroke. Most of the weight on this is actually towards the back, so the balancing point is kind of towards the back part of the grip here, so right about there is where the balancing point is. The head doesn't weigh hardly anything, so it's pretty light since it's a curved shaft up front there. The Echo, on the other hand, doesn't weigh much. It doesn't feel like it's a lot heavier, but the weight is balanced more towards the head. So as I'm holding it, the weight actually is kind of more forward like this between the handle here and the forward handle, so the weight is pretty balanced right in the middle there, which, you know, I think this has better weight balance. A lot more of the weight is spread out more because it's a straight shaft. So the next thing I want to do is a cold start on both of them. Alright, so comparing cold start between a 4-cycle and a 2-cycle. Prime this about 10 or 12 times. There's a switch on the side that you really can't see, but I'll just show you how hard it is to start both. So, following the proper procedure for each of these. Squeeze the trigger and pull 5 times, and then move the choke lever. And this is a cold start, mind you. I haven't started these since yesterday. Not bad for a 15-year-old machine, right? After I turned the button on and turned the choke, it fired right up with one pull. But you saw I had to pull it 5 times over to actually start it, so. Cold start for this as well, and keep in mind I've only started this one time since I purchased it, so it's not broken in yet. Prime 5 times. So you see, the starting procedure between a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke isn't really that different. They both start pretty darn well. Overall, pretty impressive. So I'll do a little bit of cutting here just to compare the cutting performance of both of them, but you can hear this engine actually sounds like it's got a little more power to it. 4-cycle might have more stroke, or not more stroke. Yes, it does have more strokes. It's a 4-stroke. In theory, it's got more torque than a 2-stroke per cubic centimeter of engine displacement. What that means is it should, in theory, be able to put down more power in the lower RPM range than a 2-stroke. However, the curved shaft nature of this older machine, you lose a lot of that torque through the shaft here being curved. So, you know what? There really shouldn't be any comparisons. A machine that's 15 years newer, without any wear on the engine and a straight shaft trimmer, this thing should kick the crap out of this old one. So, yeah. I'll do a little bit of trimming demonstration for this as well. Of course, the engine sounds quite a bit different, but you can see, you know, I actually took the guard off of this because I wanted the string out a little bit longer and because it's easier to edge sideways, but this is only about a 15-inch cutting swap. If I go any longer than this, it bogs down and the head shakes like crazy. So I haven't seen anybody have that issue with the Echo, even out to 19 inches if you take the guard off. So I don't recommend that, but if you have a special need case for it, go ahead. So now I'll go ahead and fire this up, and this is kind of a semi-warm start, I guess. plenty of power. I was only going about half throttle on this, not even, maybe 1/3 throttle at that. So you can see it's clearly got plenty of power. The head rotation is different direction from a curved shaft to a straight shaft. I'm not used to this because this actually turns counterclockwise. So when you're looking at it this direction, the head is rotating this way, just because the gearing is different in here. If you look at this one, when it's spinning, the head is rotating clockwise instead of counterclockwise. So, you know, it's throwing grass in the opposite direction, which I'm not quite used to because I haven't used a straight shaft in a long time. So, you know, you gotta walk a different direction with each of these. Well, anyway, that's just a comparison, quick video with my 4-stroke and my new 2-stroke, my Echo SRM-225. I'm really liking this so far. I'm gonna probably clean up the yard tomorrow if it's not raining, so I might take a little bit of video for that. But anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.